So we notice this area, this print in place piece is not going to work. So let's go and adjust that. We want to go back to our full engine, and we are going to turn off visibility on this guy so I can see what we're working on. And we need to adjust several pieces. So we're going to start off by adjusting the crankshaft. And our crankshaft, this groove has to get smaller. Measure this diameter is 0.055. I don't really want that much smaller. So we're going to actually make all these bigger. So we're going to go to our first extrusion. And let's make this 0.3. Now, let's double check this is touching that. That looks better. So now I have a lot more space around this piece. I should be fine to make my connecting rod, and we're going to expand him out. And instead of this being 0.2, this is going to be 0.3. And this is going to be 0.1. I see why. So this should be 0.055 times 2 plus 0.1. 0.01. So that should be a little better. But now we also have to adjust our full engine, because now this piece, we need to take this extrusion here. Click the wrong thing. We're going to finish, instead of that being, so that's 0.05. I'm going to delete this dimension and dimension this circle to be some value. That's 0.03. We're going to do 0.03 plus 0.01. And then we're going to do our lower crankcase. And same thing here. We're going to go to this initial drawing. Dimension. We're going to draw a bigger circle here. Dimension 0.03 plus 0.01. .3 plus 0.01. That looks better. And I'm going to set this one here to be a construction, so we don't have it try to extrude it. We might get an error. Yep. That was expected. So now we're going to go here. Nope. We're going to go, and we're going to unselect this profile by holding Control and selecting it. If we go to my full engine, there should now be just a little space around it. Let's turn on visibility on this part. And we're going to collapse this down. And we're going to take, inspect, analyze interference. We should be okay. It looks like it's just a little bit of clearance. We should be okay. Oh, I see. All right. Hit OK. Let's go to our connecting rod, and let's add a fillet to the outside of this. Not a big one. Probably 0.05. Yeah. So that's going to take off just a little hair, and that should block us from collapse. Yeah. So now we need to go back, and we have to re-modify. We have to re-output this piece, File, save as, save a copy as, replace it, file, save as, save a copy as. And we also need to go our crank assembly. I'm going to say this as print crank assembly and we're going to do yes to all. And our new file, save as, save a copy as, crank assembly.stl. And we're going to go back into Process Slicer, and we're going to go to the model view, and we're going to delete these 3 parts and re-add those parts. The piston didn't need to get redone, so we're going to open. We're going to rearrange them. So let's arrange all. Click on face. So we're going to hit auto arrange. That doesn't look right. So we're going to delete this. We're going to go back over here, and we're going to hit the update, this lightning bolt here. Now those are flush. Because the angle changed, the assembly needed to re-update, and we're going to resave that. And if we place this back into the print, and hit arrange, we should be able to take this guy, and when we place him on surface, there should be a nice big. So I'm going to just move it over here. Place on surface. Big flat surface. Auto arrange again. Now let's go 1 to look from the top. Let's zoom in. Let's go to the slice view. And now there's actually visibly clearance between the 2 sections. So that's more like the print fine. Now, prior resolution, we get rid of some of the stair stepping. And if I change this to like 0.2, it will roughly double the time, but it'll make stair steps better. And if I bring this to 0.1, they'll be almost smooth. But the print time will suffer. And I'd really like to have this assembled tomorrow, so we're going to put this back up to 0.3. I'll print this off, and then we might still have to fix stuff afterwards. But this will at least see how close we are on most of these pieces.